Good day everyone, I am Kayim Ziswali and I will going to tackle about interpersonal communication in the internet. So, how does internet affect interpersonal relationships? So, there are four interpersonal dynamic online such as speed, anonymity, interactivity, and regard. So, speed. So, speed is the time that takes to send and receive messages. Anonymity. So it refers to identifies created online, claiming to be someone you are not interactive. So interactivity is the ability of online participants to not only receive messages but to react to them. So lastly, regard, to be acknowledged as an individual. So interpersonal communication. So what is interpersonal communication? So interpersonal communication is a one-to-one communication. Interpersonal communications, face-to-face or online computer-mediated communication is closest to interpersonal communication. So within the perspective of interpersonal communication, there are some factors, includes personal context, individual purposes, flaming, identity, storytelling, online relationships, and relational stages. So community online. So in community online, it is the ability of people to come together, to have a sense of sharing and commonality in an online environment. So, will online interpersonal communication enhance or attenuate human relationships? So online relationships often include fantasy, stereotypical, and idealized images. Enhancement or attenuation. One study finds that the internet intensifies dispositions toward sociability or community involvement. So another study finds that the use of internet is influenced by local culture and power. Relations. So there are three social uses of the internet. So first is to meet people and create relationships, to enhance relationships with family and friends, to maintain long distance relationships. So some effects of interpersonal communication online are: first, computer-mediated communication is similar to face-to-face communication and may even affect how people communication face-to-face. So second, there is often a casual sense of play in internet communication. There are often paradoxes associated with internet communication. And lastly, certain aspects of communication are intensified by internet use. So, effects of speed, reach, anonymity, regard, and interactivity. So we expect our communication technologies to be fast. We are becoming obsessed with efficiency. In spite of all the speed in communication technologies, many people feel they are running on a treadmill and cannot keep up that is coming at them. So reach. In addition to your ability to reach others, reach also means that you can be reached about anytime, anywhere. Some speculate the sense of constant connectedness, the speed of our messages, and the difficulty of keeping up with all the information reaching us causes people to feel nervous and frustrated, to feel rage at times. So flaming. So when we say flaming, it refers to harsh language directed at an individual online. Scholars have speculated about the lack of social cause online due to the fact that generally we cannot see one another online as contributing to flaming. With reduced feedback, it is speculated we can project our own hopes and fears. So some believe that a reduction in social cause accounts for a tendency to be more dissipated online, both in self-disclosure and in aggression. So interactivity. So interactivity refers to the ability to respond to messages so as to give feedback. So example, flaming. So flaming can be seen as expressing anger in speaking back. So anonymity. So not being identified as yourself or believing you are not identified as yourself, some speculate that anonymity enhances the chances of expressing anger, for example, flaming. So influence on on families are affected by the internet and the way they communicate in the internet. So the computer offers to affect different family members differently. Family members use the computer for entertainment, escape, habit, and to pass time. So some ways family members can use the computer. So first, to provide communication content. Second, to increase human interplay. Third, to improve individual self-esteem. And lastly, to enable new opportunities for interpersonal relationships. So online relationships. Cultural differences are likely to affect perceptions of online communication. According to one study, the Japanese were far more skeptical about the value of the internet in human communication than the Americans or the Koreans. So, computer literacy theory. One researcher suggests that the cultural differences actually may be two practical differences.